From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time now for Making a Difference here on The Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV, of course. Back in my bar, back at Tommy Mac's. Where else would we be? And brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. This time around, we're talking education, we're talking consulting, we're talking to a great panel as one of my guests comes back once again. But let's welcome him in right now, TK Ostrom from TASKedu Consulting. How are you, TK?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show, the bar, all of that. It's great to have you.
Great to be here.
Tell us what you're doing. Tell us about yourself. What's TASKedu Consulting?
Okay, I work with schools around the world, helping them to understand their value proposition. I work with them on admissions, marketing, communications, development, and alternative revenue streams.
Is it all like centered around just making them fiscally better, for lack of better terms, from this bartender?
Financial sustainability is so huge.
And all that wraps into that, right?
Exactly.
Keep them going.
Keep them going.
Growing and better.
Absolutely. Got to make sure those future leaders of the world are prepared.
That's right. So you're in Ecuador right now.
I am.
Where have you been in the past? A couple places. Where
Guatemala, Vietnam, Korea, China.
Right. Look at you, man, all around the world.
Absolutely.
And here I thought Wally Kahn. Hey, Wally, welcome back.
Yeah.
Didn't see you sitting there. Man, just kidding.
I'm feeling calm.
Good to have you, man. How you been?
Marvelous.
Yeah? Enjoying the life out there, aren't you?
It's a wonderful life. But I'm curious about what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're putting together this value proposition, are you primarily speaking to the student, to the parent, or to the staff?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. I think we speak to all of them. I think when they're younger, obviously, we speak to the parent. Yep. And I think when they're older and going into middle school, probably high school, it's more towards the student, trying to find their right fit. But I think for the staff as well, I think it's a whole school perspective, and everybody's got to be part of that message, part of that change. They have to buy into it as well.
The top, especially the leadership, right? I mean, they've got
always
the school board head or school head,
one.
Right?
The hardest one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, is there any like not friction, but when you enter in, they're like, oh, like what's going on? What is she doing here? Kind of, do you have to get through that sometimes?
Absolutely.
You do.
Absolutely.
And just show what your value, why I'm here, and.
I think help them see it for theirselves and help them understand. A lot of times it's like, oh, that person in admissions does that, or that you're the marketing person. Truly, it's everybody working together to move the school forward. It can't be just one person or one department. Everybody has to understand the value of the customer experience and make sure that we're living it.
So it's look, you bring a new business, you want to sustain business, you want to bring new business.
Exactly.
So you got to figure out enrollment, how to bring more kids. More students, better teachers, right? What the tuition is, whatever that may be. If they're right, you got to figure that out. How long does that take? How long does that process take normally?
It takes forever.
I was going to say, that seems like that would take a long time.
You really have to always reevaluate it and look at it. Times come like the pandemic or an economic downturn or government unrest, and all of that can affect your school. So for me, when I'm looking at a school, and a lot of them start with like the SWOT, I start with a threat. What's going to be the biggest threat to you as an educational institution that can take you down?
Right.
And then you want to start with a threat, because a lot of people are like, why do you do that? Why don't you start with what we're good at and what our opportunities are? Well, because you know what you're good at and you know what your opportunities are.
Sure.
But a lot of times you don't look at what the threat is to you.
Yeah, that speaks to a lot of businesses, not just education.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean,
no, it's a business model.
You always got to be thinking forward and what's coming, what's going to try to stop me, how can I grow even further, I mean, that's got to be.
I'm curious about staff.
Yes.
I could imagine the head of schools all excited to take the school in the next direction, but I also would imagine there's some stodgy, entrenched staff members. What's the typical piece of resistance, or the most common resistance you get to staff about making change for the better?
I don't think necessarily I work as closely with the teachers as I work as closely with the leadership.
Yep.
For me, when you're talking about a principal, they they are over one area of a school, and they don't necessarily see how that area hits that area. Families are family units, and they can have kids in all these different levels of education, from the early years program to upper elementary, middle school, high school. And so if they experience different things and different communication pathways, and then they start going, well, that's ridiculous. Why are you not working as a whole school perspective? Why are you always hitting me here like this, and over here I kind of like this, but I don't like that? So trying to get them to think school-wide is, to me, the toughest. And when I come in, a lot of times they're resistant, and I'll go, I'm not here to be your friend. I want you to be to accept what I'm trying to tell you. But in the end, this is your long-term career, I hope.
Right. And you've been hired for a reason.
And we come in and we change it together.
Good.
And the more I can hear what the stumbling blocks are from every stakeholder in the school, the better we can make it. Well, I'm always doing this, but you never listen. Well, no, I'm listening.
Good.
And so how can we change it together? And once they feel like they're part of the change, especially a parent that's a little grumbly, I mean, you keep that squeaky wheel as close to you as you possibly can.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Do you have a translator with you sometimes?
We're in English-speaking schools, most of
it
them.
is.
Bilingual for the one I'm in now.
Okay. Through the embassy, you said a lot of it. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got to wrap it up. Great to have you, though, TK.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you
a
so
pleasure.
much. Really cool. You never know who we're going to meet at the bar.
It was awesome.
You know what I mean?
Makes me want to get educated.
No doubt. All over the place,
been
right?
holding back.
Absolutely. Hey,
You
if
can
you like
come to
these
Ecuador.
kind of conversations, there are plenty more for you to view at iwantabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.